Hey, what's going on, people? So I just wanted to share some things with you. Couple weeks ago, I was speaking with one of my older cousins, and she kind of brought up something. She talked about how we are in and out of love with ourselves, and I had never really thought about that or looked at myself in that way. I can't say I never thought about that, but it does make sense. But I know that sometimes different situations, life, will trigger us after, we've been through some traumatic events or we've gone through a breakup. Sometimes that'll kind of throw us off a little bit. When someone who we may be interested in is not interested in us, sometimes that might throw us off a little bit. But I just wanted to encourage anyone who may have struggled with that or is struggling with that in and out of love with yourself. So it sounds crazy, but what does that really look like? You looking at yourself in the mirror like, ooh, you sure is ugly. No, I'm just kidding. Or you just looking at all your imperfections and you're thinking about, I need a new hairdo. And it's nothing wrong with that. Like I said earlier today, you can always continue to keep inventing yourself and reinventing yourself. And, just keep, who do you really want to be? You can't let anyone or anything define that for you. You have to be happy with yourself. But specifically, what I kind of wanted to focus on is that when there's someone who, they don't really see your value or they're not interested in you like you're interested in them, that's no reason for you to question yourself. Like there's something wrong with you, or, why is this man not choosing me? Why is this woman not choosing me? I have been listening to Tony Gaskins. I'm sure some of you all are familiar with his work, and I'm actually liking a lot of his videos. It's good advice for women and men, but I know that his audience is specifically geared towards women, and some of it is kind of old school. If you guys are kind of into that relationship advice or coaching, women and men, check him out on YouTube or Instagram. Tony Gaskins, little free promotion for Tony Gaskins. But no, he's got some very encouraging things on there for women. Basically, just laying it out, breaking the man law, and just laying it down, and just telling us about how we are in a different time where and now with us being in quarantine or sheltering in place, it has definitely affected dating, love, and relationships for single people. I know that no one is really looking for a hookup. It's just not really safe for you to be just hooking up with people, someone who you weren't previously involved with. There's a lot that's gonna be happening in the universe. I kind of follow like moon cycles and what's going on in the stars. And I know you all have heard me speak about retrograde season before. And a lot of people don't, some people aren't into that, they don't follow it, but I kind of follow it a little bit. And how sometimes when the different planets are going retrograde, it affects what's going on in with your work, what's going on with family, what's going on with your love life. And so we're getting ready to go into several different planets will be retrograde, which means they'll be I can't give you the scientific explanation, but they'll be going in reverse. I don't know if that makes sense, but so when you think about things going backwards in reverse, things people from the past may start popping up. And it's really just for you to learn and reevaluate, what happened in some of those relationships. You know, because of social media, it's really easy for people from your past to pop up. A lot of times when they pop up, like for me, it'll bring up sometimes old stuff, old, situations, things that you thought you had dealt with. And sometimes that can trigger you back into a place of, not being in love with yourself. What does that really look like? You know, in order to cope, sometimes some people may go back to drinking. I know we're in a season where everybody's supposed to be working on themselves, working out, and trying to eat healthy, especially with the coronavirus. We're wanting to keep our immune systems healthy. But when it comes to feeling lonely or depressed, some people have been laid off. Some people live alone, like myself. Working from home and just, not, I'm a social person, not being able to go out and socialize with friends. I mean, it plays a big role. So where does that leave us when it comes to relationships, love, and dating? Sometimes it's cool to hear from people from the past, check in, see how they doing. But I guess for me, I always want to know why. Like, what is the purpose? Like, have we not moved on? Did we not get the lesson? And I mean, it's kind of cool to see, if people have grown and where they are in their life. But, if you're single and that person is single, then it just kind of makes you think like, well, is this something we need to try again? Do we need to go back around this again? And I just think that whatever you decide, you got to take it slow, because some people may just be coming back because maybe they enjoyed having sex with you and they want to have sex with you again, or whatever. They just like that attention, that you give them. And especially I don't think anybody should really take anybody too seriously right now, because it's something Tony did say. And I know I'm just really kind of rambling, so I don't know if y'all are even following me in this video, but he was talking about how with men, he may be texting you good morning beautiful, but he probably got like 10 other women he's sending those texts to. And I'm gonna say for the ladies too, not necessarily saying that we're sending the text out, because sometimes we do, sometimes I do. But if he or she is texting you, he or she can also be texting like 5 other people. So it makes you think. And another thing he made me think about is when it comes to women being conditioned, and how some of us have started to condition ourselves when it comes to